We also have interval in another dimension, known as intervals when it comes to whole steps and half steps. Whole steps and half steps. So on the piano keyboard, a whole step is the note that is immediately very, very close to the root note you are pressing. So let's take for instance that this is the root note that I'm pressing. Let's take for instance this is the root note that I'm pressing. Alright, so a half step, it is a half step. The note immediately, the closest note to the note to the root note I am pressing is the half step. It's known as a half step. It's a half step higher. This is a half step lower from this. Half step lower, half step higher. This is a half step, this is a half step from this. Get it? This is a half step. This is a half step. So let me pick a black key. From this key, like down here, this key, taking this to be the root key, the root note, the root key that I'm pressing. This key will be a half step higher. This key will be a half step lower. Right? This half step higher. This half step lower from this key. Alright? Then what about whole steps? You know, when you say half and then say whole, that means two halves is equals to one whole, right? So let's still take this to be our initial root key. A whole step from this will be two half steps. So one half step plus one half step. So this is a whole step from this. This key A is a whole step from G. Well, G, this particular black key now, G sharp or A flat. You know, you call it sharp when it is one significant higher. This is G, you can call it G sharp because it is what? One half step higher. So you can call this A flat because it is one step lower from A. From the way it sounds, it sounds lower. So you can call this A flat. So now the distance from this to this is known as a whole step. Same thing here. This is a whole step. This is a half step. This is a half step. So half plus half was the whole step. Alright? So whether you are going upward or downward, so this will also be half step plus half step. This will still be a whole step. So the distance from here to here is a whole step. Now, the distance from B to C, if you look at this, there is no black key in between them. This is a half step. This is a half step. This is a whole step. Half plus half is whole step. Alright? Same thing here. This distance from here to here is a half step. The distance from here to here is a half step. So this is a whole step. From here to here is a whole step. From here to here is a whole step. Right? Now from this key to here is a whole step. But this is a half step. There is no black in between. Alright? So it is that easy, it is that simple.